So good morning, or whatever time of the day it is for you. If you're new to my channel, I am Nele, founder of NutriPlanet.org, and I am here to share whole food plant-based recipes, and my specialty is restrictions within whole food plant-based diet, such as gluten-free and candida diet. Why am I here in a wardrobe? It's because this is a different kind of video. I'm going to show you what I eat in a normal day, and this is where my mornings start, in the bed. I wake up and I go to do my yoga, then I have my lemon juice and celery juice, and after a while it's time to eat my first meal of the day. It's almost 10 a.m. and I've already had my 2 glasses of lemon juice with probiotic today, as well as my 2 glasses of celery juice, which, to be honest, was quite difficult to get down today because the celery was of a bitter side. Anyway, here I am, ready to have my porridge. And today I made my porridge with red quinoa and oat bran. I always have an oat bran with my porridge because it has much lower glycemic load than grains. It's basically fiber, so it brings the glycemic load down. The usual spices that I like to use in my porridges every morning are ginger, cardamom, clove, cinnamon. Sometimes instead of putting in single spices, I prepare a bigger batch of my gingerbread spice mix, the recipe of which you can find from the blog. I will link it below the video. Another thing I really have come to love is mesquite powder, which is made of mesquite pods. It's similar to 𝗂𝗲𝗃, but it's of light color and has really nice caramelly taste, and it's quite sweet as well, so it's an excellent ingredient to sweeten your porridge instead of any other sweeteners like sugar or syrups. I always have berries, and I really like blueberries, but blueberries have finished, so I took blackberries instead. Usually on Instagram, you always see photos of porridges with this beautiful frost on the berries, which means that people put frozen berries on their porridge. Now, as beautiful as it looks and as Instagrammable as it is, I actually prefer thawed berries on my porridge. I don't like to bite in frozen berries, not at all. A very crucial ingredient in the porridge, which you can't see, is ground flax seeds. I rotate my seed mix according to my cycle. This is another thing that I will be doing blog posts and videos about, but this is not this video, so I just mention that at this moment I'm at pumpkin seeds and flaxseed mix. So I mixed the ground flax seeds into my porridge and added pumpkin seeds onto the porridge. Important thing is I activate my seeds. It means that the pumpkin seeds you see here have been soaked for overnight, or you can do it at daytime as well, like 6-8 hours, and then I dehydrate them, after which I store them in a glass jar or a container in the fridge. This activates the enzymes and deactivates any anti-nutrients, and they're easier to digest and overall much healthier. So this is it. Enough chit chat, it's breakfast time. You can see how creamy this thing is. By the way, do you love creamy or sticky porridges? You can leave me a comment below. I'm just going to enjoy this porridge now. I'm gonna run some errands, and that's why I will make myself a tea to go. Normally I would go for matcha latte, but since my matcha powder is finished, I go for the next best thing. That is Xinjiang matcha green tea by 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. This is not sponsored at all. I just love the teas of this brand. Tea is ready, so I just discard the tea bag and add the oat milk. Close it up, and I'm ready to run my errands. And I almost always take my own cup, even if I go to a coffee shop to take a coffee away, because it's, you know, less waste. I just got home. It was raining and cold, and the autumn is definitely here. I had a glass of water, and now I'm going to eat 2 Brazil nuts. Did you know that 1 to 2 Brazil nuts a day is enough for daily selenium? So I'm having my daily dose of Brazil nuts. So it's almost lunchtime. I'm going to whip up something really simple. Here on the stove I've already got some 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗂𝗏 sauteing, and yesterday I made myself this cabbage salad. I basically simply chopped up some white cabbage and massaged it with my hands with some lemon juice and Himalayan salt. So this is going to be my base. And here is half can of black beans. I'm going to add this to the cabbage. So this bowl is going to be like a Buddha bowl or a salad bowl, however you want to call it. And no salad is complete without a good sauce. So I'm going to share my all-time favorite, the simplest, easiest, whatever salad dressing you can whip up in a few minutes. It's totally oil-free, sugar-free. I already have here in the glass some lemon juice, to which I add like a teaspoon of tahini. Tahini is sesame seed paste. And next, turmeric. It gives this nice yellow color and gives a very good boost to anything really. Next goes in garlic powder, then some nutritional yeast. Okay. And finally, for umami and some saltiness, tamari sauce. Tiny bit. Okay. Okay, now I'll just mix it up really well until everything dissolves. It's this nice paste. And then you basically add as much water as necessary for desired consistency. You can call me crazy or anything, but I like to add 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 to my Buddha bowls. I keep them in this mini grip package so that they stay away from moisture. So I just take one sheet. Okay, I will put the others away. And I will simply rip it up. It's advisable to do it above the sink because 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏s tend to pulverize. Okay, I will just rip it once more, and into the salad bowls it goes. It will suck in the dressing. It will taste really good and sea-like. Okay, and finally, here's the sauteed 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. I will simply lay it into the bowl. I don't know. English is not my mother tongue, sorry. I might make some stupid mistakes or use strange words. You can always comment below and tell me what I said wrong and what should be said instead. I don't mind. I want to learn. Okay. In it goes. And on top of all, there will be the dressing, which will be the highlight of the bowl. Just pour it on. Okay. And I can enjoy my lunch. I almost never go without fresh greens on top of my salads. So I added fresh parsley, which is a really good detoxifier. And on top of that, there is fresh organic arugula, which is a very good bitter. Did you know that bitters are really good for digestion, especially if you have digestive ailments? And other bitters include, for example, dandelion leaves and even radishes. So try to add them to your salads and your digestion will thank you. You know, I really wish that I had Kitchen Island for videos like this, but unfortunately I don't, so I have to make the best of what I have. So sorry if I turn my back on you sometimes. It's just the way it is. And one more thing. I know many of you might be thinking that, oh, it's easy for her to have such healthy lunches because she's at home and she can do it all. But in reality, this kind of lunch is very much packable. You can make the cabbage salad in a big batch, and then you can just roll this salad together in a bento box or whatever container you have, and you take it with you. And the dressing I showed you, it's really simple. You saw yourself. You can also make like a big jar of it, and you can use it up in 4 or 5 days. So it's simple, really. It's not that I stay home. You can pack it, easy as that. As you could see, my lunch was quite light, so I'm having a afternoon snack before my chocolate time. And usually I like to have an avocado toast, which is smashed avocado on my fermented buckwheat bread. You can find the recipe video among my YouTube videos. I will link to it below this video. And I simply mash some avocado, squeeze some fresh lemon juice on it. I just like the sour taste and it keeps avocado from oxidizing. And then I sprinkled on some black Kala Namak salt for this eggy sulfur taste. Also some turmeric and smoked paprika powder. And I actually crushed some fresh pepper for my lunch bowl, and I totally forgot to use it. So of course I sprinkled on some black pepper on my toast. On top of everything there is arugula. And I just love the taste of tomato with our toast, but I find it so uncomfortable or inconvenient to eat it on a toast. So I simply sliced some tomato on side and will eat it with a fork. The smell of it all, it's so yummy. I would really much like to know how many of you are avocado toast lovers. I know that some people absolutely love avocados and others absolutely despise it. So which one are you? Anyway, I will have a bite of this delicious toast. I must say, my own fermented buckwheat bread really is my favorite bread. And it's yeast-free, it is gluten-free, it's totally acceptable on Candida diet. What else can you want? It's really so much more convenient. Just take the tomato with a fork. And now it's time for one of the highlights of my day. It's the 𝗃𝗲𝗹𝗁 chocolates. I have a package here. Let's see what I still have left of those delicious flavors. I need to be able to choose one now. I still have wild blueberry, ginger and lemongrass, which is one of my favorites. Really like kind of a bit spicy aftertaste. I love it. Then this is absolutely one of my favorites as well, 𝗂𝗵𝗁𝗂, which is chocolate with coffee. And to be honest, my kid loves it very much as well. Sea salt is also very good. It has this, on one side of the chocolate, it has salt crystals on it. So when you put the chocolate piece in your mouth, you can feel this one salt crystal melting. It's really... Cranberry is a very interesting combination of cranberries and rosemary, and it has some gin in it. Was it gin? Yes, some gin in it. So it's a very interesting combination of flavors, but very delicious. And Pure National is the chocolate that it was the first chocolate I tried of 𝗂𝗲𝗋𝗄𝗃, and I immediately fell in love with that brand. This Pure National has a really special taste, like not anything else you have ever tasted. So which one will it be now? Let me think. The Pure National is the darkest chocolate. It is 80% chocolate. Others are around 50-60%. I think today I'm going for the Pure National. Let's open it up and see. Usually we're dividing one bar into 3 and share it. 3 pieces for me, 3 pieces for my hubby, and 3 pieces for my kid. Let's see if I can stick to that plan today. Okay, my kid is not a fan of that one, so maybe he can give some pieces to me. Who knows? This should be my ratio. Doesn't look like a very big amount, does it? Let's have a taste. Honestly, it is pure heaven to be able to have these moments every day with 𝗂𝗲𝗋𝗁 chocolate. And yes, I have to be honest with you, I'm their ambassador as well, but I became their ambassador because I tasted their chocolate and I contacted them, not the other way around. I absolutely wanted to be their ambassador because this is truly the best chocolate I've ever had. They are quite a small company from Finland, but you can already buy their chocolates from US and all over Europe as well, and they have e-shop and they deliver worldwide. And if you're interested, you can use my code NutriPlanet to get 15% off on their e-shop. Heaven. Oh, and I didn't mention that they are a bean-to-bar company. It means that they buy their cacao beans, grind or mill them themselves into cacao paste from which the chocolate is made. And they are also ethical and sustainable company. It's dinner time and I thought I'd stay here in front of the couch because why not? It's comfy. And for dinner, I'm having a soup. I actually made this soup yesterday, like a really big potful, like 5 liters potful of soup, so that it lasts for 2 to 3 days. And it was really simple. I soaked some brown rice, green lentils, red lentils, and put them into pot with onion, carrot, celery, beetroot, summer squash, and that's it really. At the end I added also garlic. I also add garlic at the end to preserve the precious allicin in garlic. And to my bowl I added some coconut milk, and I'm going to add some nori sheets as well, I forgot, and some fresh parsley, and that's it really. Oh, and of course some black pepper and some organic broth powder to enhance the flavors. And it's really comfy fall-like dinner because, you know, it's fall outside. It has been raining all day today basically, and it's such a comfort food and so filling and nutritious as well. After this bowl there is one more meal to go, and that's dessert. So it's time for the final meal, dessert. And as you can see, I'm still here in front of the couch because, to be honest, it's evening and I'm really too lazy to change location as everything is set up, the lights, the camera, everything. I hope you don't mind. I will still show you my dessert. It's here. This is my dessert, and it has been my favorite already for a few weeks. I've been whipping it up every single evening for myself, and it's really easy. The base is oat yogurt. I'm using 𝗟𝗏𝗃 yogurt, and then I thicken it with coconut flour, and to me the result is really like ricotta paste like. I'm not sure if you know what ricotta paste is, but here in Estonia everybody knows what ricotta paste is. It's originally a dairy product, and I used to eat it a lot before I went plant-based. So this is kind of very much resembles me, this paste consistency. To boost the flavors, as you can see, it's kind of caramel in color. It has caramelly taste as well because I added some chicory root powder. You know, it's the same powder you made chicory drink with, but I like to use it in desserts as it has a very nice caramel flavor. Additionally, there is some cinnamon, ginger and cardamom. Alternatively, you could also use this gingerbread spice mix. It's just easier to scoop from the jar. Honestly, I don't sweeten the cream or the base with anything because the oat yogurt is sweet enough for my taste, and 𝗏𝗏𝗯 powder gives some taste, sweet taste as well. If you don't know what 𝗏𝗏𝗯 powder is, it's similar to mesquite, not quite similar. Mesquite has sweet caramelly taste, but 𝗏𝗏𝗯 is more like sour sweet taste. But it's very good, and it's perfect to use it in ice creams actually, which are banana ice creams. And that's it. The base is made with those ingredients. On top there is applesauce. This is not homemade, I bought it, but it's totally additive-free applesauce, apples only. And this here is my spiced low sugar plum jam, the recipe of which you can find on blog. And on top of the plum, as the plum is low sugar, I only put very minimal amount of sugar in the jam, and it's kind of sour tasting, not very sweet jam. So I sprinkle some date sugar on top. And that's it. For me, it is really a perfect way to end the day. A perfect dessert. After rewatching the clip I just made, I realized you didn't see much of the green paste, so I'm going to show it to you. Okay, I will peel the toppings off a bit, and as you can see, it's so nice and creamy and thick. And you can regulate the thickness with the amount of coconut flour you put into it. I forgot another thing. I wanted to show you the plum jam. This is how it looks like, and inside it's so yummy, and it's spiced with ginger, cinnamon, cardamom, clove, and that's it. And then there is some mesquite powder and coconut sugar in it. It's very, very good to make in a big batch. In the blog post I have many canning tips for proper canning so that your jam won't spoil, or you can make a smaller batch and store it in the fridge. So I've eaten all the food for today. How did it sound? Was it a lot? Was it delicious? Let me know. And there is one more thing I consume before I go to bed, and that's tea. The tea really varies. I sometimes like to have a stomach ease tea, which is by brand 𝗤𝗏𝗋. Then at a certain time of the month there is woman balance tea, also by 𝗤𝗏𝗋. Or I could also just have some fresh peppermint tea or 𝗤𝗵𝗄𝗧 tea. If you don't know what 𝗤𝗵𝗄𝗧 tea is and what are the benefits, you can again go to my blog, as I have a thorough blog post about benefits of 𝗤𝗵𝗄𝗧 tea. It works wonders on immune system and digestive for the digestive issues as well. So yeah, it's time to have my tea and to reflect on my day. I have one more ritual or routine before I go to bed. I will show it to you in a bit. This was my day, or rather what I eat in a day, and I'm back in my bed to read a book before I fall asleep. This has been my routine for more than 2 months now. I never watch TV at home, never, and I get so much more done, and I have so much better sleep when I read a book. At the moment it's Benjamin Franklin's biography by Edmund Morgan. Actually it's quite a bit of difficult read before bedtime when I'm already sleepy, because it has some very fundamental thoughts about our society and history. So sometimes when I'm really tired, I discover myself reading like a sentence 3 times and never understanding a thing. This is the point where I know that, okay, it's time to put the book away and fall asleep. I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely let me know in the comments below whether I should make what I eat in a day videos also in the future. And if you're new, don't forget to hit subscribe and that bell button so that you're notified whenever I publish a new video. And see you next time!